Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we would try to understand how we can decode any candlestick. This is important because many a time the candles do not form as we see them in a book or in theory. So how do we go about it? Stay tuned, we will decode it. This looks messy, right? And this is exactly how it becomes when we try to learn a lot of names in the initial days. I face that too. So the challenge here is there are so many names: doji, spinning top, evening star, morning star, hammer, shooting star, so many things. So this is the challenge to remember the names, right? But the solution is we need not remember all of them. We can just remember some of the common ones and then just go forward. So before we proceed to the template or the cheat sheet, let's try to understand what are the parts of the candles. These are very important, so pay attention. The upper shadow. The upper shadow is basically the distance between high and the close. This is the place where the price gets rejected at the high and then gives a closing in a bullish candle, and it is opening in the bearish candle. The color of the candle is obviously important if it's green or red. The length of the body, that is the distance between open and the close. The lower shadow, again, the flip side of the upper shadow, and the range of the candle. The range of the candle is the distance between high and low. So using these, we will try to define few parameters and then the possible outcome that can come. Any candle will compose of those outcomes and then we can try to analyze them. Let's get on to it. So the first parameter is color of the candle. Red is bearish, green is bullish. This is straightforward. Length of the shadows. Length of the shadow is very important and the relative length is actually important. So let's say the upper shadow is longer than the lower shadow. Let me add a word here. Upper shadow is considerably longer than the lower shadow. In that case, we know that the sellers are more aggressive here. Why is that? Because price tried to make a high. The flip side will be for bullish situation. If we have a longer shadow on the lower part, then it is a bullish candle. Body. A big body is a strong move, a tiny body is an indecisive or weak move. Okay. So let's picture a doji here. A doji has a negligible body, right? Or a spinning top, which has a small body generally. So here, the body does not give us any information because it is an indecisive move. There was not enough confidence among the buyers or the sellers to take the price higher or the lower, and that's the reason we get such a body. But now consider a doji or a spinning top with a big wick at the top or the bottom. Let's consider the bottom. Try to picturize a hammer. A hammer has a long wick at the bottom and then a short body at the top and no shadow on the top. What do we know here? We know that price went down, but there was enough buying interest due to which it came up and closed near the top. So even if there is a small body, we can still infer the candle by using the other parameter. Now closing of the candle is very important. So here, let's say the whole range of the candle can be divided into three parts: high, low, and mid. If it is closing somewhere near the mid, this is an indecisive move. If it is closing near the high or the low, then we can have a bullish or a bearish bias. Okay, let me give you an example. Let's say uh, a bullish Marubozu gets rejected from the top to mid of it. Here we have a solid body at the bottom and half wick at the top. What do we infer from this? We basically, what we are saying is the buyers and sellers are equally balanced. So in that case, this is again an indecisive move. Let's take an example. This candle, it looks like a shooting star, but it is not because it has a small wick at the bottom, and that is considerable. If the wick is not visible, then we can consider it as a shooting star. So let's put that into the template. Color of the candle, green. Length of the shadows, upper shadow is longer than lower shadow. So it is bearish. Body, tiny body. Weak move. Closing of the candle, somewhere in between. Again, try to picture this with respect to 3 points, low, mid, and high. This is more closer to the mid as compared to lower the high. So the closing is somewhere in the between. Now here we have only and only one bullish signal that is also weak. So this candle is ideally a bearish candle, and we should be looking at the next day's candle as to how it goes. If the low breaks, then the sell trade can be taken with the stop loss as the high. I hope these pointers were clear to you, and I believe that this will help you understand the candles better without trying to memorize the names and just seeing how the activity has been there by understanding how the buyers and sellers fight and create a candle for the day or an hour. So what would be really interesting is if you can open up a chart, any chart that you want, and then try to figure out any special kind of candle that you see, and then try to put that candle into this parameter. Let me know how this works for you, and it would be great if you can upload some of the examples into our Facebook group. We can have a chat there. We can try to discuss, and it would provide much clarity to you. That's all for this video. Thank you so much.